I wanted to take a moment to talk to you about the decision I've made regarding my future at Magnolia Church. This past Sunday, I announced to our congregation that I believe that my time is drawing to a close as the lead pastor of Magnolia Church. For the past 26 years, I've been your pastor. I've done the funerals, I've done the weddings, I've preached on almost every Sunday to lead us to become authentic followers of Jesus. But like most relay races, there comes a time to hand the baton off to someone else. And I believe that time has come. Last spring, I led about 100 of our people through Experiencing God, the study that's been around for quite some time. It was during that study that God really began to speak to my heart about the final chapter that I would have as lead pastor here at Magnolia Church. I'm not done with ministry. God is not finished with me, and I believe that there is still fruitful ministry in the future. But it is time for a younger man to step in and take this church to the next level. I believe as God has been speaking to my heart, He's already began to speak to the heart of that next leader. He may not know it yet. He may not understand it yet, but I believe that's how God works. I will remain as the pastor as long as it takes for us to find my successor. That means that we will put together a nominating committee that will bring to the church a search team. And once the church votes on that search team, they will begin this fall the process of finding our next pastor. I will remain as the lead pastor. In fact, I will offer myself to that search team in any way that I can help them. I can help vetting that candidate theologically, making sure of their Southern Baptist ties, and also just to make sure that the vision they have for our church in this next leg of the race is compatible with what we've already been doing over the past quarter of a century. I think there are some exciting days ahead of us. We've been seeing God at work. Our attendance is growing. In fact, three of the last Sundays have been well over 700 in attendance. We're seeing new baptisms on a regular basis. A lot of gospel conversations are taking place. And there are some exciting things that I think God is doing in our church. I'm going to ask you to begin to pray. I want you to pray for our search team, that God would give that team wisdom and understanding and knowledge of who the next leader should be. I want you to pray for our church. It is often during times of transition that challenges arrive, and Satan will do anything to disrupt what God is doing here. And then I would invite you to pray for Karen and myself as we transition to this new role as a member of Magnolia Church, not as the leader. We plan to stay here. After we install the new pastor, then we'll be gone for about 6 months. But then we'll come back and we will serve that new leadership in any way they would want us to serve. We plan to stay here because our family is here. 2 out of my 3 children live here in Riverside. All 6 of my grandchildren live here. But Karen and I are also moving into a phase of where the care for our elderly mothers are become a taxing situation for our siblings, and we feel like we ought to be helping more. And so there are a lot of reasons that God has brought us to this place. But I believe the best days for Magnolia Church still are in front of us. And so I am excited about what God is going to do and how we can join Him in His work at Magnolia Church. May God bless you, and may God bless this new adventure of finding our next leader.